White Walker perpetuated offenses are considered especially heinous. In Westeros, 4 dedicated friends investigate and discuss these vicious episodes as members of an elite squad known as A Podcast Has No Name.
I'm Ambush.
And I'm Morgan. And we are 2/4 of A Podcast Has No Name. We don't have a theme song today because we don't have Castro.
Maybe I'll pull up an old theme song.
That'd be cool.
All right.
Make a remix, though, because it's got to be different every time. You're going to need to chop and screw it.
Okay. All right.
Today, friends, we are here to discuss a little movie by M. Night Shyamalan.
Boom.
By the name of Glass. It's now playing in theaters.
We had the super awesome pleasure of being part of the advanced screening.
And we don't mean the early day before screening.
Nah, chumps.
An actual advance, guys.
Yeah. It came out Thursday night. We saw it on Tuesday night.
Man.
Yeah.
How did we get to do that?
Well, shout out to Bridge City Comics.
The homies over on Mississippi.
Yeah. They had passes, so I was really excited. I wanted to just take all of the passes and distribute them to my friends.
I'm glad that you didn't and you allowed other people to go.
Well, I didn't want my friendship with other people to jeopardize my relationship with my comic store. So
wow. Okay.
Yeah. So
Priorities.
even if someone had asked, "Hey, could you grab me one?" No.
I think you can. I think they have more, and you can go in there
for yourself to get it.
And you should buy something when you're in there. Don't just go in to get a free movie pass. That's rude.
Please, guys.
Yeah.
So yes, we saw it early, and we respected his wishes. He had a little message before the film started, asking everyone that was part of the advanced screening, can you just, keep a lid on it. Don't ruin it for everyone else that's going to see it.
Zip those lips. That's all the words were on the screen.
And honestly, because our lips were so zipped, I feel like we haven't really unpacked the film.
We have not.
We haven't even talked to each other about it, really.
Not enough.
Yeah, not enough.
Yeah.
So now we're going to talk to you guys about it. So hopefully you've seen the film. If you haven't, don't do this to yourself because there's going to be spoilers.
Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert.
Don't do this to yourselves.
Yeah. No, really don't. You can stay if you want, but you cannot then later comment and say, you ruined the film for me.
No. I'll say something mean.
We've given you the heads up.
Yeah.
You've been warned.
You've been warned, B.
Insert reggae horn here. If you haven't seen it, walk away.
Yeah. All
right, well, let's get into it. Glass, by definition, is security guard David Dunn uses his supernatural abilities to track Kevin Wendell Crumb, a disturbed man who has 24 personalities.
Really? That's all IMDb gave?
That's what IMDb says this movie is.
For Glass?
I think they may have forgotten whose movie this is.
Okay. All right. So let's go over the backstory real quick. For anyone that is unaware, Glass is the third part of a series here, which we didn't even know was in a series. We didn't know what was happening.
I believe we call these a universe.
Yes. M. Night gave us a full universe here. So the first film was Unbreakable, and what have I been calling it? I've been mixing it up and calling it something else. I can't even remember. You always have to correct me and tell me, no, it's actually Unbreakable. I've been calling it Invincible.
Invincible.
So actually, the first film is Invincible, which was also shot in Philadelphia. I believe that had Mark Wahlberg in it. And it was a football film.
Wait a minute.
What?
Let's get back to Unbreakable.
Okay. So this is Unbreakable, in which we're introduced to David Dunn and his son Joseph. And David Dunn is finding out that he is a superpowered being, a metahuman, if you will. We are also introduced to Elijah Price.
Yes.
Elijah Price, who is a supervillain. And the way that movie plays out, again, if you're listening to this now, hopefully you've seen the two previous films. But the way that movie plays out, it just really tackles the origin story of these two characters. Then we are given the follow-up, Split, which we did not know was a follow-up. We just knew it was another M. Night movie. all the promo leading up to it, all the trailers leading up to it, pulled us right in. I'm like, I can't wait for this film.
All the way here for DID and movies and TV. I love it.
So we watched the film, and when that ending happened, that surprise ending, that twist, which brought David Dunn from Unbreakable into Split, when that happened, I had goosebumps all over my body. I stood up, hands in the air.
I can attest to his reaction in the theater.
Yes, it was the most amazing thing ever. It was like, M. Night, you're back, bro. You're back. You're back.
Lofty talk.
Here's
the thing, though.
We could go there. I wanted to go there.
Okay, you say later.
No. Go now.
M. Night's got a shoddy track record.
Sorted.
It's a sordid history.
He does.
And you, DJ Ambush,
give it to me.
Often when something goes really well, you quickly forget about all of the bad. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You celebrate so fast.
Here's the thing.
And say things like, you're back.
Let me ask you a question. Since Split, has he been back?
Sure.
Then where's the error in my ways?
The next movie, likely.
We have to wait for that to happen, though. Because The Visit was splendid. Don't. You were scared. We were both those old people.
Okay.
The crawling under the deck.
Oh, God.
Yeah, let's bring it all back there.
Yeah, that's
the naked scratching on the
that's
walls.
Awful. He did a good job.
He did a good job.
He did.
That was, So.
But does anything make up for The Village? All right, we can keep going. This is where
we split hairs.
Yeah,
because
no, we're not splitting hairs.
This is where we split hairs because I enjoyed The Village. You did not.
Yeah, but that's not splitting hairs. You just have the wrong opinion.
Signs. It was a slow take for me.
Signs was great from the beginning. Fantastic film.
All right, but do we both agree that Devil, which I have seen and you have not,
that I won't see?
Okay, trash. The Happening, which neither one of us will see.
Obviously, The Lady in the Water.
That was a terrible film.
Is that his movie?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So
that's real bad.
I can point out the misses, the clear misses. Like, dude, you make trash films. But
sometimes
then you give us Split.
Split was absolutely incredible. I loved it.
I
loved it.
Super, super shout out to the performance that was just James McAvoy. Like, bruh.
He's incredible.
Yes. So
even when he's in a bad movie, he's good.
What would be an example?
I can't think of one at the very moment.
I'm like, are you taking a shot at X-Men? Any of the Fox?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I'm partial to X-Men. Even when the movie's bad, it's good.
It's got my boys in it.
Give
me Nightcrawler.
If Nightcrawler's in it, I'm likely going to be happy. That's enough. If you give me a couple of hanging upside downs and a couple of teleportations, I'm sold. And I'm telling everybody my bias now. I don't feel bad about it. I love X-Men. Even when they fuck it up.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You gotta love the X-Men.
Storm always looks bad. And I'm always looking for her to be the best. Because she should be the best.
Yes. I am thankful they got rid of her accent, though.
I mean, here we are again. I think we're saying the same thing.
Fine.
Don't make her look bad.
So after Split, we were expecting, there was no surprise here. They were delivering the third part of this universe in Glass. You started to see it with all the promo, how it was all tied together. You start seeing the color schemes that they were using. Like, it all just came together. It was very clear how long he's been planning this. And I'm glad he got the opportunity to do it. Straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Speaking of the color really quickly, that was one of the things that for me it was something I had to get over. Not the purple and green and yellow. Mm-hmm. Totally fine with those tones. All made sense.
Right.
I think that when you think of a culmination, an origin story, also rumored to be sort of a finale. You know, like there were so many different things this film was being billed at. It made it, I think it puts people's expectations in weird and different places, which is, that's marketing. So fine. What I had to get over was feeling like some of it was just looked flat. The colors were just normal and looked like a gray day in Philly, looked like a sunny day in Philly,
Right.
looked like the inside of a building in Philly. Like none of it was like pops of, you know, and it took me a minute throughout the movie and then finally like, this is what he does.
Yeah.
It's supposed to look like a gray day in Philly.
Yeah.
And this is what it really looks like. And I had to remind myself of that. So I know that there are critiques floating around there where people aren't taking the moment to like snatch themselves back and go, what kind of movie was this?
Right.
Who directed it? What was the point? You know, I think that people get their expectations to the point of like, this is going to be a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
You said superhero.
Right. Which he never
Show
said
me
like
someone
that.
flying right now.
Where's the cape? Where's the tights and boots?
There
Where's
is a
the
Superman
gadgets?
punch.
There.
That's not a spoiler. It will catch you no matter what.
Yeah, it definitely will. Even still, if you're looking, we gave you a spoiler alert, regardless. Yes. Let me ask you this: how do you like this as a standalone? Like, Split as a standalone. What the two previous movies standalone, fine. Without having seen the two previous movies, do you feel as though you could have enjoyed this just for what it was, or did you need those?
That's a good question. I think you can enjoy the movie, but I think you need the backstory. You need to understand why Elijah's not scared of a person that has 24 personalities.
Right.
And one of them is an animalistic
Beast.
killer
Yeah. Yeah.
that ravages people.
Jesus.
And he's not a lick scared. And you do understand that he's in a mental institution, but you also understand he shouldn't be there. So, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like you don't get the feeling from him that there's something like the fear is missing from his brain.
Right.
So I would need I would have questions that would easily be answered if you just watch the other two movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a good movie, period. But I think best enjoyed knowing the story and the backstory, because it's important for the way this story gets told, because they don't hit you with a bunch of reminders. They're not giving you
Right.
long and involved backstory. They're saying stuff from Unbreakable where you likely forgot a certain,
Oh yeah.
you know, like I forgot he was the only remaining survivor on that train. I don't know how I forgot that, but I did. So that was just common knowledge in this movie. And so if you don't have it, you know, there's certain things that are referenced that it would be helpful to know the rest of it.
That's a very good point, because looking at the relationship between the Horde and Casey, like you don't understand that connection if you haven't seen Split.
Yeah, because
There's
all
no
you're
way
getting
to
is
do it.
this dude attacked you and you shot him, and then now you care about him and want to hold his hand. That'd be very confusing.
Yeah. Yeah. It was great seeing the son come back, Joseph.
That was dope.
That was dope. I also didn't realize that the owner of the comic book shop that Joseph goes to visit, that has like the villains and heroes section, and the guy's like, you better not be back there, you know, being
Checking
weird
off.
with the with the anime. That's the exact same comic book store owner that was pushing Elijah out, and he kept like flinging his wheelchair and stuff. It's the same dude. It's the same
I
dude.
didn't catch that.
I didn't catch that either. I saw that
That's-
later on. It was like, oh wow.
That's funny.
Yeah, so him bringing back characters is
So
really
many
dope.
callbacks.
So many.
And
then-
of course his own.
man.
And I think that's the real first glimpse that you get that this was always all connected. And
Always. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I think that all of this could have been written in the back end, and it didn't have to always he didn't have to have this planned out for 20 years. But if that's the story, I'm fine with it.
I mean, listen, just the scene where David brushes up against, was it the mother? Yeah, he brushes up against the mother in Unbreakable and sees the flashbacks of
Kevin Wendell Crumb.
Sees the flashbacks of Kevin's abuse. Like, that had to have been.
Wait, who did he brush up against?
He brushed up against Kevin and his mother, they were in a crowd, and he walked past him and brushed up against Kevin's mother.
Right.
And saw
Okay.
the abuse, which was the trigger for him becoming the Beast.
Right.
So, like, I mean.
Well, and his dad was on the train that.
Right. But
David,
I feel like that is an example of something that could have been written afterwards. Like, we didn't see
I think all of it could have been written afterwards.
Okay. All right. Sure. Yes. Because it could have been, the scene could have been just a scene of him seeing someone being abused, not necessarily that having been Kevin.
Right.
Yeah.
Because do we know that scene, is that the same scene in Unbreakable?
Yeah. We see that in Unbreakable.
The going up the stairs with the iron?
No, we don't see that part. No, we just see the abuse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we don't see, no, you're right. We don't see that.
I'm sorry. I've conflated which abuse scene
which abuse
you were
talking about.
Yeah.
Kevin's gone through so much.
And now I don't know if you have to edit that out. I'm sorry. I've ruined it all. Kevin's gone through a lot.
So, jumping right into Glass, what were some of your favorite scenes? I know that there were some things in the trailer that I was really excited to see play out. The cheerleading scene, the scene with the cheerleaders, I was curious to see how that was going to happen. Because, first off, I was delighted because Hedwig was in the scene. Hedwig is hilarious.
Let's do this really fast. So I'm just going to run this down really quick. James McAvoy plays Patricia, Dennis, Hedwig, the Beast, Barry, Heinrich, Jade, Ian, Mary Reynolds, Norma, Jalen, Kat, BT, Kevin Wendell Crumb, Mr. Pritchard, Felita, Luke, Goddard, Samuel, and Polly.
Polly's my guy.
Is that the we almost got you, bro?
That's my guy.
Anyway, Hedwig is a 9-year-old boy.
Yes. Hedwig is amazing. He is hilarious.
And he is able to have the light whenever he wants it.
Yes, he has control of the light.
He has control of the light, which means he can pass it off or keep it for himself.
Yes. So him interacting with the cheerleaders and then, David coming to the rescue and us getting a glimpse of that in the trailer. I was really looking forward to that scene, and it played out excellent. Like, that was amazing.
I really, really enjoyed that scene. It also gave you the first reminder, for real, of how powerful David was.
Yeah.
Was. We've seen them on their own, fighting, killing, whatever. It's hard to really fully wrap your mind around someone who has different personalities, also has different physical attributes.
Yeah.
So it was incredible to see him as Beast fighting the Overseer. And these are not super humans in the way of like Superman, where you're half an alien. You know?
Right.
And so everything you have is bigger, better, stronger, faster.
Right.
This is just like brute strength.
Yeah.
No lasers shooting out of eyes, no time travel, no teleporting.
Human possibility to the max.
Right. So you're seeing, them hit pillars together and you're seeing cement crumble and stuff like that. So you know that this isn't just like a bar fight.
To say the least.
But it was really incredible to see Beast do a move that killed someone the first time we saw him do it in, 0.2 seconds.
Yeah.
And David was just kind of like, oh, man, this is uncomfortable.
What you got, bro?
I can still breathe just fine. Fine enough to get strength together to mollywop you.
Man.
I mean, it was a hell of a fight.
Some of those climb up the pillar flip moves that
Listen,
the Beast was doing.
when
was
you
like,
are an animal and you use all of your limbs to run, jump, do flips, crawl up walls, stay on a ceiling.
bruh.
I gotta say, I really did love the upside down angles.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know,
He
just
used that very well.
I'm not a humongous point of view fan but moments like that, and it's farther away, and it's totally.
It's less dizzying and distracting.
right.
when
It's
you
it's
step
not
forward.
as
Yeah.
disorienting.
Yes, yes, that's it. Another favorite scene. How do I put this? Any scene with Patricia.
Yeah, Patricia's incredible.
Man,
Again, hats off to James.
I don't understand it.
She's calm, she's cool, she's collected, but she is also like an old school marm. So you know that there's like a ruler somewhere in her skirt that she will pull out and just beat the shit out of your knuckles with.
Telling you, Knuckles done. Knuckles done.
Done.
When she was cracking, under the possibility of the Beast not really being anything special. Mm-hmm. You know, having seen the Beast struggle going up against David and being psychoanalyzed by Ellie Staple. That was amazing. Watching Patricia have that sense of uncertainty and that doubt. Man, yeah. Dizzo.
So you just mentioned Ellie Staple. Mm-hmm. I just want to take a moment to shout out Sarah Paulson for being such a great actress that I'm starting to dislike her in real life because she keeps playing women that are awful.
So well.
I mean, what a piece of shit that woman was. Just a complete and total piece of shit. And she was so good.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite scenes was when we understand she is a part of a collective, if you will.
Yes.
You don't know yet what it is. It's the first time you see it. There's loud, crowded restaurant, and then all of a sudden one person walks out and the curtains get closed and the door gets locked and it's like dead quiet.
We're alone.
Well, now that I have you here, let me report back.
Man.
It was like, what are you guys a room full of? You know?
Right.
Like, are you all psychiatrists looking to cure the world of this mental disease that is making people believe they are superheroes?
Right.
Close.
I like how that scene was filled with people of all ethnicities. You're so used to that supervillain entity being a bunch of white people.
Yeah.
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 It's all the evil white guys. And maybe one white woman over there in the corner, and they're all in the shadows.
She gets the tea.
Yeah. But this was like,
Man,
no.
superhero movies are pretty misogynist. It's all about the patriarchy.
Yeah. Yeah. But not this one. No. All races and ethnicities are involved in this evil organization. That
You know,
doesn't see itself as
inclusivity
evil.
matters when you're trying to
Balance
kill a
the
whole
scale.
group of people.
Yeah. Yeah. Protect humanity. Balance the scale, if you will.
I kind of feel like anybody that says I'm here to protect humanity is lying.
Yeah.
And they are likely evil.
Yeah. Yeah. That whole balance the scale talk is never good. It always involves death.
Thanos.
Yeah. Well, Thanos was great.
Thanos balanced the scales, and now there's no Spider-Man.
Okay, I take it back. All right.
Yeah. Balance the scales. Fuck out of here.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying, evil. Thanos is evil, and I don't know how we got here.
He is. I'm sorry. He's just so cool.
Speaking of Thanos, Elijah's mother, her makeup looked like Thanos' chin, just not purple.
Oh, God.
All right, I'll see myself out.
I feel like I understand you want to use the same actress and, you know.
Because you've got the same kid that's now an adult, and there's a thing about when you film something when you're young and you can grow up and you still look like the kid that you were. Right. But you're trying to age this woman. She is black. It don't crack.
It don't crack.
Unless you put a Thanos chin on her.
Do you think the
She
ineffective.
looked like a fucked up heel.
Do you think the makeup was so bad because? Do you think the makeup was noticeably as bad as it was because of the color treatment of the film? Do you think that played a factor?
I don't know, but
Like lighting and
I don't know, but light her different then.
yeah, lighter in the way it works.
Yeah, like if you're gonna put the heel chin on her, then
Okay.
make it work.
You gotta keep going.
Make it
Heel
work,
chin.
fam. It was just full blown
hanging.
cracking. It just looked like you could put maybe a quarter inside of each line, and it'd stick. That's what it looked like. I was upset with that. That's one of the big fuck ups for me.
It's one of the knocks.
Visually, what'd you do that for? That's a beautiful woman too. I'm here for making her look old, but
but don't make her look busted, old and busted. Just make her.
well,
look
don't
old.
make her look like she has a chin from a different planet.
Okay.
Where does Thanos live? These are different universes.
Titan.
Why are you
He's-
Oh, that's right, Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Speaking of different universes,
they don't need Titan chins.
that shout out to Marvel. How about that?
How about it?
Man.
I hit your leg like, you see it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how to read too? What did it say? A real marvel.
A real Marvel. A Sokka Tower. A real Marvel.
Ain't that something?
Come on, guys.
Quite interesting.
So, of course, like you described, the scene where we find out about the Clover Collective. Of course, excellent scene, major scene. The way that information was given to David as he's dying.
Yeah.
Like,
Just let's hold hands for a moment so that I can torture you while you're being drowned. We're skipping a lot. We're kind of going all over the place.
well, yeah.
Is that going to be fine?
Yeah, that's totally good. We're just
Okay.
doing fave scenes. We're not doing a full
okay.
run of show and then happened and then.
Fair
then.
enough.
Yeah. No. You saw the film.
And if
Alright.
you didn't, you were told to
comment-
walk away.
Right. You comment and tell us what some of your favorite scenes were.
Away. Oh.
I'm doing a shoulder dance.
You got the shoulder lean popping.
So yeah.
Anyway, so he gets the wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
He understands that the Clover Collective, that term has been coined here, trademark. No, the Clover Collective has been around for 10,000 years, and they've been balancing the scales for so long. You guys are real bad at your jobs.
well,
if
they
you
were
ain't
great up
figured it
until
out.
now.
Nah, have they been?
We don't know.
In this universe, there's really only 3. It wouldn't make sense.
No.
Just telling you.
There's many more. But
Yeah.
she's convinced them.
Oh, that they have a mental illness and they've taken it out.
Right.
Okay.
Killing them is the last resort. She's been able to go,
I never really. Okay, I guess I ever maybe didn't think that through. But my thought was she just never was trying to help anyone.
Well, yeah. I mean, but you're right, though. Trying to convince people that have an ability that they don't have an ability is not helping them.
Well, it certainly isn't. Yeah. But I mean, I guess my thought was that the whole point was to get rid of them
Nah.
and truly balance the
Because
scales.
remember, so it was, they gave me 3 days to, try to work with you guys and get you released and get you out into the world and understand that you.
Yeah, I don't
have
believe
the
anything
ability.
she says.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. And
So
then
I am by it.
the end result of that was now we got to have this surgery. That surgery wasn't meant to kill him. It was meant to F up his frontal lobe.
Sure.
And so that's what, yeah.
Well, and then just leave him there. So you're saying just neutralize in whatever
Yeah.
way you can.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can buy it.
Yeah.
I still don't believe necessarily any of her story. I mean, what we find is that she isn't anything she presented herself as. So,
bruh.
so then I'm not gonna take the couple of things that make it make sense and be like, that part's true. Nah, that bitch was lying the whole time. She's a dirty, rotten scoundrel.
She is. Another favorite scene. Elijah messing with the security system, goofing off, just having a ball with.
So really quickly, Elijah is supposed to be taking so many meds that he's basically catatonic but also awake because his brain is so powerful that even on the highest doses of meds, that would like kill someone else or fully make them in a coma. He's just supposed to be able to like listen and not respond.
Yeah.
And what we find out quickly is that he, in true evil villain, long strategic planner fashion, has not in any way been taking any of the meds that they gave him. He's a sleight of hand magician, puts it right into the same fucking wheelchair that they abuse him in. There's all,
15 years.
15 years. Chill in.
Pretending.
Give the man an Oscar inside the insane asylum.
Come on, bro.
He deserves it.
Come on.
So we see him going to different rooms and popping willies and like spinning all over the place and going into the control room and fucking with the cameras and watching everything and he's the smartest person in every room.
Yeah.
No matter where he is.
Shit. He's the smartest person in rooms he's not even in.
There we go.
It's amazing.
The idea that we'll drug you so much to make you stupid is terrifying and actually what happens in insane asylums. But the idea, that's the kind of thing you do when you're like smart but dumb.
Yeah.
You guys are not nearly as smart. You're not even giving the man credit for his capabilities. Just dexterity wise, like being able to be with it still.
Come on, man.
Which is great because he was faking it with his mama the whole time too. Like that was just,
Yeah.
The villain's got to do what a villain got to do.
And for them to tie it all together in the end and remind us that this is his film. For them to give us
origin story the whole time.
My God. For them to give us his complete plot, and explain it, give us flashbacks to what he was doing earlier in the film, why he was doing it. And this is all as Dr. Staple is coming to the realization that she's been fooled too.
Yes. Another highlight for me.
Oh, yeah. And I had to, thinking about the film not too long after we saw it and just, mulling it over and over and over. And it was like, wow. Every single thing he put in play happened exactly how he wanted it. Period. He got the results he was looking for. Period. He did not intend on creating the Horde.
Sure.
But, bringing David into realization, he did that in Unbreakable. And then bringing the world into the realization, he did that in Glass. And there were so many different things at play in Glass.
Well, but he did.
That we were unaware of.
He did take credit for the Horde.
He did. He definitely did. But we watched him come into that understanding,
right. Snap. But he took credit.
He definitely took credit.
He was like, the train crash was to show David what he can do. But I created your arch nemesis at the same time.
Good grief.
Because David, the whole time, was like, you will not be my arch nemesis because I am not the thing you want me to be.
Right. Plus, you're a weak ball.
Plus, you be getting broken all the time. I feel like what we should do with this episode is just take all of the different times he says Mr. Glass from all of the movies. I am Mr. Glass. They call me Mr. Glass. Mr. Glass. And just throw it throughout the whole episode. Just sprinkle it.
Shout out to his ascot and his
his pearl brooch.
Oh man, his brooch. Her brooch was banging,
the brooch wasn't the pin, the MG.
Yeah. He had the pearl on the
Maybach
film,
Music
right?
Group. He had the full diamonds.
Yo, he was dressed like a 70s supervillain.
I'm pretty sure it's just a print suit.
Okay. Yeah. The purple was, pretty prevalent.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Way to alliterate.
Was there any others? Was there any other scenes that jumped out to you?
I feel like there were. I'm going to go with, can I just say really quickly that there's a moment where you are meant to believe that there's this, Elijah's plan is to get everybody to Osaka Tower so
Right.
that we can all, the whole
Battle in
city
front
and
of
the
the
world
world.
can battle or witness the battle. I knew they were never going there. I just want to throw it out.
Yeah.
And then what culminated in that end on the hospital's front lawn, basically, was absolutely incredible.
Jeez. That fight was ridiculous. When they were throwing each other up against that van and you were seeing I was like,
The
what?
devastation? Because that wasn't damage. That wasn't like,
Yeah.
oh crap, I've got a dent. It
Nah,
was a
that got
full
totaled out.
body. Yeah, like you don't have an
Advanced.
engine anymore
Nah.
because it keeps getting rocked so hard.
Yeah, advanced totaled out, B. Motor mounts are done. There was some
It's just on tilt.
yeah, some damage to the front axle. This thing's totaled out. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
That's a very memorable favorite thing for me to see. And there's, I mean, it's a long scene. It's the end.
Yeah, it's the
Don't
end.
get me wrong.
Yeah.
But so much happens within it. And I remember when they were still fighting out there, or before they started fighting, and I was like, okay, they're not going to Osaka Tower. This is it.
Right.
And then at one point I was like, how long are they going to be here though? Like, there's got to be a pretty left, there's got to be a good portion of the movie left. How long are they going to fight out here?
Right.
It worked.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
worked. There was plenty. Yeah.
Yeah, for those that are disappointed that it didn't end at the Osaka Tower, I just feel like you had some unrealistic expectations and you're not really following this style of film.
Yeah.
For that to end up at Osaka Tower, then it's a complete, like, what is this, a scene from Red?
Well, yeah, so then you're going to be like, who directed this? M. Night Shyamalan's a fraud or whatever.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it'd be like, you're a biter.
He thinks he's a Russo brother. Like, we don't.
Boom.
Yeah, it wouldn't have worked. It just wouldn't have worked. That type of battle at the top of no, that's stupid.
Sparks and
Yeah,
all the show,
Come
all the
on,
fans.
man. Come on, it was ridiculous. I heard one critic say that every time the Osaka Tower battle was mentioned, she was upset by it because she knew, based on the budget for the film, that they would not be able to do that fight. And I'm like, okay.
Because you expected to see the Osaka Tower fall, or they were going to jump through the middle of it like a plane in 9/11? Like, what are you talking about?
Guys.
Maybe I did that. I don't know.
So, definitely share with us what some of your favorite scenes.
Can I give my last one?
Sure.
When Kevin, I don't know what to call him. I think that Kevin is who he is.
It's who he is. Yeah.
There's a moment when he's captured, he's in the asylum, and they have figured out this light therapy to shock him into a different personality. Seeing him run at the light to purposely change was really dope.
Yeah.
Really, really dope.
Yeah.
And then there was another time when, one of the orderlies, I think, just kept hitting the light, or
Daryl, the orderly, that got his neck all sliced off.
Daryl was an idiot, I believe is how you truly pronounce that word. Idiot.
Yeah. Daryl was tripping, B.
Daryl was like on heroin or something. Whatever drug he was on was enough to make you
That's the problem.
not give a shit at all about your surroundings. Working in a place with people that are highly dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah. You're outside busting it up with security. Like,
Talking about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. They weren't, but they were.
Yeah.
Just
They're-
absolutely fucking nothing.
get it together, bro. Well, I'm sorry.
And you're so predictable that Elijah knows that when he hears your car backfire, he has X amount of minutes before you even clock in.
Bruh.
Because you got shit to shoot.
Because you guys think he's so catatonic and out of it that he's not hearing all of these things going on around.
Right. He's hearing, think about that. We live near a freeway.
Mm-hmm.
With our window open, we can hear everything.
Mm-hmm.
With our window closed, not so much. He's in the middle of a brick hospital building who knows where his room is in the grand scheme to a window? It ain't next to what you don't have windows. You ain't got no window.
None of them have windows, right?
So wherever he is in this hospital, he's able to hear this man's car backfire.
Bruh.
And has already figured out his timing over years, I'm sure,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
He's not unbreakable. He's unfuckwittable.
There we go. That's accurate.
Yeah.
So, right, yes. You guys comment.
You let us know your
favorite
favorites.
scenes.
Yeah.
Let's discuss rewatchability.
I'm in.
I want to watch it right now.
Yeah.
I want to go back and watch it right now.
I will tell you this. There's not a ton of movies that I watch that I'm like, I'd watch that again right now.
Mm-hmm.
And for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, I would watch this again right now.
Yeah.
I'd take another gander. I said that with a straight face, and
you did.
On the inside of my heart, it felt like a joke.
In closing, are there any things that you would have liked to see more of, less of, things you would have changed about the film?
I would have taken out Sarah Paulson so I could like her as a person still.
Wow.
Oh, just kidding.
Who else could have played that for you?
No, I mean, I would have been mad at anybody, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But it's just that she's so great at being good or bad that I'm starting to think that that's who she is on the inside.
Are you chasing these roles down? What's going on here? What's happening?
I don't know yet. I think that once I see it again, I will be able to actually make a solid, this is what I would change.
Gotcha.
And I'm sorry to be here saying I don't have it.
No, makes sense. Your desire to want to see it again is huge.
Yeah.
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 That speaks a lot for the film.
How about you?
I don't think I would have changed too much. I definitely am totally fine with all three of the main characters dying. Totally fine with that.
I thought of something.
I am definitely fine with the way the Clover Collective was introduced and we were left with so many questions about them. I think that makes the film that much better for me. That you introduced another element to the film that was so amazing, and then you just left us there on that cliff. Like, oh, so yeah, these guys have been there the whole time, and bam, now they have a huge problem on their hands. End of the film. Yeah, give me that.
Yeah.
Love it. What'd you come up with?
I think it's funny that you say you liked the way that the Clover Collective was handled and treated. I think there could have been a little bit more there. It didn't have to be much. I did like where it is. I could take it as is. But to go through, for this to be a connection to the other two movies, and where we had so much backstory already, so we were getting little bits and pieces, but a better picture of each character in multiple ways. That was like and also here's this.
Now this.
Totally. And yeah, we're all smart enough. We can all put it together when the sniper has a fucking Clover tattoo and then the other one does and then the other one does. Got it. Y'all ain't the police.
No.
I'm with it now.
Right.
So I could leave it where it is, but I would have liked, like, yes, we were here for 10,000 years. Give me a little bit more of why.
Okay.
Like, what were those people 10,000 years ago with these superhuman powers?
Right.
What were they doing that you felt like you had to create a collective and start neutralizing these things?
Okay. So you would have appreciated gaining the scope of
just
the
a little bit more.
organization.
Yeah.
I feel
Just a
you.
little bit
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that.
And this doesn't speak to what you just asked me, but I do feel like I have to mention it.
Do it.
There were a couple of things that I saw on the internet that were just like continuity or factual errors that that people are like, that couldn't have happened or this wouldn't have happened. And two of them in particular were about the police and how they showed up and what they did once they were there.
Right.
And I just want to remind everybody who has seen this movie Those aren't the police.
They never were.
And they never were.
Not when they captured them,
No.
nor at the end of the movie.
Where they killed all of them.
Right. Those were not the cops.
No.
That was the organization. The entire
The big
time.
reveal of all of that was
Right.
when they shot Beast and we see Clover. I was halfway expecting old girl to have a Clover.
Casey?
Casey.
Yeah.
There was a moment there.
Yeah. We didn't know where she was.
I didn't know where
whose side she was.
I didn't
Yeah.
know what was happening. I knew Sarah Paulson was a total dick. I don't know. This other white lady could be a total dick too.
Right.
I don't know what's going on. She would have all
Right.
reason to be.
Sure.
For sure.
Sure. Yeah.
So I wasn't sure where she was. Halfway expected that because I also felt like there's a moment when she runs up to him and she moves his body.
Yeah.
That's when he gets shot. And it looks like it could be this genuine Kevin Wendell Crumb.
Right.
Or it could be like hey, look this way.
And she moved him into position.
Right. Because then the sniper dude is like, she moved him perfectly or something to that effect.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, those weren't the police, guys. I need you guys to let that one go to rest. So, yeah, when they showed up in the riot gear with 3 people escaping a hospital, they didn't take the time to put that gear on. They had it on when they left where they came from to get there.
I mean, take
because
it back.
Because they're not the police.
Take it back to how they were apprehended. They had the flashing lights ready already.
They were...
That wasn't the cops' headlights.
100% prepared. That was like some shit on wheels that the police don't have. They got tanks now, but they don't have the light, John.
Nah, that's not part of the riot
No, it's not a part of the riot gear.
No.
It's not a shield.
No.
And they had that shit ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you for bringing that up because that's my point. These were never the police.
Right.
This was never, ever a police mission. This wasn't a safety for whatever. This was an organization capturing people that are have abilities.
Period. And I mean, to not understand that is weird. Primarily because when they captured them and they had those lights out there, that was a huge flag.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Enormous.
Why were you?
How
why
did y'all
were
know?
you prepared?
How do you know that would work?
Why were you prepared?
Why do you have that?
How do you know these people's names?
Right.
Like, that was something that had to be.
Think about your
explained later
local
on in the
police
film.
chief, friends. You think he knows your name?
No.
You think you know his name?
No, absolutely.
He could be a dog.
Right.
You don't know.
Right.
So if he walked up to you with whatever your kryptonite is.
You know what's really shady about that whole situation?
What? That David Dunn is scared of water? Oh, what?
In order for them to have been out there, were they tracking David or were they tracking the Horde? And if they were tracking the Horde, which I think
hadn't they captured him already?
Yeah, like you use the Horde to lure David in while the Horde is killing people.
Yeah, I feel like they used David to try and find the Horde.
Okay. See, my thinking is because of how big that organization is and their ties to whatever the fuck they want.
Sure.
They've been around 10,000 years, so they predate anything in
But they're still sending each other letters. They don't even use email.
Ravens,
Just scrolls.
Ravens and scrolls.
Scrolls of parchment paper.
I would think like maybe it would be easier for them to track that type of activity. You know what I'm saying? Again, maybe I'm giving them too much.
Yeah, I think you're giving it.
He's
I mean,
disposing
there'd be
bodies
no
all over the place.
There'd be no movie if they knew where he was.
True that. True, they were just following David.
I think so. That was
Makes sense.
He was more visible.
Yeah,
and
especially because of Elijah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's my thought. So rewatchability, I'd hella watch it again.
Yeah. Ready to watch it right now.
Give it up to James McAvoy again.
Yes,
Oh, wait. You know what? It's not fair to talk about someone's acting abilities and not give it up to Samuel L. Jackson.
Seriously.
He doesn't talk hardly at all in this movie.
Jesus.
For at least a very solid portion. The acting this man does with his face is incredible. I feel like he's speaking Morse code the whole time with eye twitches and just cheeks moving.
If you love Nick Fury, you'll be delighted by Mr. Glass. First name Mr.
Last name Glass. AKA unfuckwittable.
Yeah.
Until you die.
Samuel L. he's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
He's
It was
pretty
it was
amazing.
I mean, the acting was fantastic. I'm not like a super crazy Bruce Willis fan. But he doesn't disappoint.
No.
And I like him better as an old man.
Yeah.
I really do.
He's delivering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he's trying harder.
Yeah. Yeah. He's getting better.
And I'm here for it. This isn't moonlighting. Wow. You know?
Brought that up. Wow.
You know, he's giving it the good old college try.
Remember?
I like the old white man stubble too.
Yeah. Remember
Here for it.
when he released that song?
Which one was it, Ambush?
Under the Boardwalk?
No.
That wasn't it?
What?
Didn't he do Under the Boardwalk? I'm
Did
almost
he?
positive.
Well, fuck me running. I don't know.
Hold on. I want to double check this now. I'm almost positive Bruce Willis did Under the Boardwalk.
All I can see right now is like a dress shirt with the sleeves rolled up and like a black tie.
Yep.
And just like that really terrible offbeat.
Yeah. Bruce
Boy,
Willis, Under the Boardwalk.
Oh.
Yeah, that happened.
I feel like that should be our song for today. Too bad we can't get the copyright to that.
Oh, shucks.
Wow.
Well, anyhow.
We say you go watch Glass.
Please.
If you have seen Unbreakable, if you have seen Split, go see Glass. If you have not seen those things, watch them first and then go see Glass.
Pretty much.
It's totes worth the watch.
Yeah, you got to. You got to. Don't miss out. And don't listen to the critics out there. So what was it? Rotten Tomatoes. Critics gave it 39%.
37.
37%. Yes, 37%. Audience score 78.
So we went from a D to a C.
All right.
High C.
IMDb 7.1 out of 10.
Okay.
Here's the thing, guys.
We still at average.
The critics got Venom all the way wrong. That movie did numbers. The audience score, I can't remember how drastic the difference was, but it was a pretty big difference.
Pretty different. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
So
was pretty different.
I think we're getting to the place where the critics are falling prey to the rest of social media and the fad with just wanting to diss everything. It's almost like the competition of who can say the harshest things.
Well, that, and then I think there's also the fact that there are people that are movie critics that have been for a very long time that don't consider
these films.
they're not actually growing and evolving with the industry. They're
True.
still waiting for Gone Like the Wind to happen again.
Yes.
And so a movie like Venom, for critics, it
right.
makes sense that they hated it.
You're right.
There's a lot of weird campy shit in Venom that's like, I mean, the CGI is awful, and I really enjoyed that movie. But
Yeah.
the CGI has
The fight
moments of
scene
just
CGI
being
was
like,
just-
are you trying? Did you guys? And you have like 12, 15 different effects studios working on this shit.
Yeah.
Who dropped the ball here?
Is this done rendering?
What is this? You forgot to render. God damn it. All this time. So really quickly, just Rotten Tomatoes for Venom, just because 29% for the critics, 84% for the audience score.
See what I'm saying, guys?
Pretty drastic
Yeah.
difference.
See what I'm saying, guys? Don't trust these critics.
So yeah, I think it's just that and you've got people that think they're fans either not remembering the movies beforehand or not understanding why there's a connection, and so they're disconnected from it.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many you can't have watched that movie and thought those were actually the police that you get when you call 911.
Bruh.
Where do you live? Are those the police that come
To your house?
in full-blown riot gear? No, they came like that. They woke up like this.
They woke up like this.
Because that's what they do. They're not real police.
No.
They're a whole different deal.
No.
So yeah, I feel like some people may have hastily watched the movie. And by that, I mean not looking for those connections.
Because they were looking for other things to happen that were never going to happen.
They were waiting for a Marvel movie or a DC movie. And that's not what this ever was and ever will be.
Sorry, guys.
No, I'm not. You shouldn't be looking for that here.
Not sorry, guys.
You should be sorry to yourself.
Sorry, not sorry, guys.
Go watch that shit.
Go watch it, B. All right, we're done.
We out.
That was excellent.
Bing.
Excellent. You're still here. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of A Podcast Has No Name. If this is your first time checking us out, please subscribe. We are available on Google Play, Apple Music, Spotify, and pretty much everywhere else you listen to podcasts. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Podcast Has No Name. Deuces.
Subscribe, please, please, please. Click and comment.